This Meditainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
Established in April 2021, Upland Development United is the oldest and most exclusive and transparent no development collaborative in the Upland Metaverse. Contact Watches of N68 for more information. Warning! This podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind, and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
Taking over the Upland. Upland Development United. Total meta domination.
You want to hear me yawn?
Got you again. Thank you for listening to or watching the UDU Podcast. This is U2 number 82, presented by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment, More Cheese, and me, Ben68, featuring co-hosts Upland Puppet, Dak, Joe Lives, the agency, aka Rob, members from the Upland Development United team, general Upland community members, and for the last time, at least for the foreseeable future, Mr. Uplando. I don't know, is he in yet or is he still AWOL?
He's on a phone call. I got a question. Is this in gallery view?
Yes. No. Speaker for the start. So puppet away. Today's show is recording live on either Tuesday the 27th or Wednesday the 28th of December, depending on where you're at. And today we'll be catching up on some contemporary crypto, Upland and NFT news and events as always, running through some of the highs and lows from the week that was and will be in and around the Upland Metaverse. And it's the final UDU podcast show for the year. So
Forever. No, for the
forever.
year? Okay. No.
So we'll be reviewing and reflecting on 2022 and looking forward and speculating on what might be to come in 2023. So hopefully, unlike Cheese, some of you have done your homework and prepared your goals for next year. We'll see how we go. We'll also be giving away 12,000 UPX for the weekly challenge. And just like every week, except last week, today, one of our live participants will have their shot at the 1 million UPX wheels. Bit of a disclaimer on that one this week. More on that later. Reminder, you know what that is. That's why you're laughing. Reminder to go into the running for the 1 million UPX wheels. You need to be in the Zoom at the start of the show for the snapshots. You need to be paying attention in the middle of the show to catch a code word or phrase. And it's a long one today. So you'll have to have your wits about you. And most importantly of all, you need to be here at the end when the wheels start a rolling. How you doing this morning, Cheese?
I'm pretty good. How about you, Mr. Ben? How's your holidays? How was Christmas?
Yeah, I was saying to Rob before we got kicked off, it was good this year. We just stayed at home and did absolutely nothing, just us. So it was really nice, actually.
I like that. Yeah, we had video game fest. So they made a really nice Christmas Eve and Christmas dinner. He's a cook. He loves to cook. I got him this really nice thing where you could grow fresh vegetables in, hydroponic or whatever.
Fresh vegetables?
No, they're fresh. Well, we'll see. And what does that mean?
Like when you ask your grandma, hey grandma, can you look after these tomato plants and grow them for me? I don't know. Pot's legal where you are, so maybe that's not a thing. Here it's a thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I just do the edible. I mean, I guess I don't know. Yeah, I heard it's hard to grow that anyway.
In the fucking desert, it probably is.
You're giving me ideas. But I got 2 terabytes of hard drive, which is awesome. More video games.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, should we get kicked off and look at some Breaking Badly news? We got a bunch of stuff to touch on this week because we're doing like a yearly snapshotty thing. So I'll bring up our regular Who's He What's It, but it's in a different format this week. Normally we look at last week, this week. this time around, we're looking at last year, this year. Now, some of the data on the Upland side might be a bit not 100% accurate because it's a bit tricky to snapshot some of the last years, but I took a good snapshot of this year. So by the end of next year, it'll be good to go. So anyhow, we'll start off with the crypto stuff. So the global crypto market cap last year was $2.393 trillion. This year, we're down 195% to 800 billion. That's quite a drop. Who's your mama? Bitcoin dominance this time last year was 38%. At the moment, it's 39.9%, which is 4.7% up. That's pretty standard whenever we're in a bull versus a bear market. But yeah, look at the crypto figures. Holy hell. This time last year, sorry, cut you off. What were you going to say?
I was going to say it's the holidays. People are taking out to buy the G.I. Joe.
Yeah, well, there's that. And it's just like last year, we were at the opposite. We were in like FOMO madness, and this year we're in FUD madness. So yeah, look at that. 200% drop in Bitcoin price. Last year was 50,000. This year, it's at the moment just over, well, it's almost 17,000. Same for Ethereum, 236% drop. What's some of the big standouts? Solana, look at Solana. This time last year, $198, now $10.80.
That's crazy. There was this funny joke I saw on Twitter. This guy was in a coma, and he wakes up, and she was like, the nurse was like, "Oh my God, you were in a coma for a little over a year." And he goes, "Oh, great. How is my $250 Solana investment?"
Oh no. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at my own jokes. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a thing. Look at flow as well. This time last year, flow was $9.26. Now it's 73 cents. That's, I mean, if you FOMO'd into that, you'd be stinging a little bit, unless you got diamond hands. AVAX was $115. Now it's 11. What didn't take a hit? Obviously, Bitcoin doesn't take as much a hit on the percentage wise. I mean, those numbers do look scary, but some of these shit coins, wow. And look at old Tron there, only down 51% for the year. Was 82 or 0.0, what's that, 8 cents last year, now a bit over 5 cents this year. So yes, it will be very interesting to see where we go from here. So what's your plans? Are you still buying, selling, holding? What are you up to?
Buying. I'm really big into Polygon, and I would love to get some Bitcoin if it goes below 12.
Yeah,
but
I think
Polygon I'm pretty big in.
Yeah, I haven't hit my bag target for Polygon yet, so I'm still nibbling away at that. Last week I said I was going to reevaluate some of those bag targets I hit. When you see price like that, yeah, not financial advice. Do your own research.
I'd remember our
All that
bet,
boring stuff.
January 15th.
500,000 UPX, wasn't it?
No. It's the cost of ascend.
Yes. So we'll see how we go there. But yeah, no,
It was a ladies' bet.
Yeah, all of those red numbers, that's what I've been hanging out for. So yeah, I'm loving it at the moment. But imagine if you bought in at the top end of that, wow, you're going to be stinging a little bit. We'll just go and have a quick look at what does that actually look like in the charts. So this time last year,
Summertime, JR, that's going to be too late. JR said he's not buying but holding until summertime. He's not going to buy until summertime.
Yeah, well, that's a good tactic. I've done that before too, where if you're holding your fiat and you're just waiting for, you're waiting for it to drop further. That's a solid play as well.
Buy in the summer, sell in the winter. No. Buy in the winter, sell in the summer.
Yeah, no, I just daily dollar cost average, take all of that out. If the price of Bitcoin does drop right out, then I might look at putting some, what for me would be a bigger chunk in, but we'll see how it pans out. So yeah, this time last year we're up over 50K, and most of the charts have the same kind of layout. She's down, 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 down. So yeah, I think last week we looked at the a zoomed in chart, and I was expecting to get down under the 14K range. We'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. But yes, I'm going to keep nibbling. All right, we'll move on to Upland stuff. Now, this is a tricky one to work out, the snapshots for the transaction volumes and the trading volumes. So, I mean, it's a massive drop, and the numbers here are a bit weird to kind of get your head around. So I did grab a graphic for one of them here. So this is daily trading volume. So again, most of the Upland charts, it doesn't really matter what you look at, they kind of follow the same pattern, where she's just a slow grind down. So we start off the year, what's that? Number of trades, 1,453. We had a max of 19,495, and that's dropped down to 1,941. So number of trades. So, and of course, number of swaps died right in the butt because of they nerfed collection swapping and that sort of thing. Now, the DAP radar stats, they pretty much follow the same trend. So 28th of December last year, we were at 57.37K. What's that? 57,000 unique active wallets. We had a high on the 13th of January of 90,000, and at the moment we're down to the 14,000. Now, we did speak about this last week, where a lot of this is presumably them nerfing multi-accounts and this, that, and the other thing. But it will be interesting to see how this pans out. So it does appear to be at least a bit of a reflection of what's happening in crypto and the other wider markets, even though it's not directly tied. What do you think?
January 15th.
You just fixated on that. What do you think is going to happen on January 15th? We're going to the moon.
No, everybody's going to return what they got for Christmas. They're going to have money. They're going to get their bonuses. They're going to start buying stocks again. There's going to be nothing else that they need to buy for little Joey and Susie. And life will be back to normal.
Nice. All right, I'm just catching up in chat too. It says JL Wheels has said he should be getting his Mount Gox settlement. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, been waiting since 2013. That's very cool.
Hope it's a nice one.
Yes. What are you going to do with it? Or is that what you're talking about with the holding but not buying until summertime? Hold, yeah. Good idea. Dogs asking, all the semi trucks gone for the year.
No, don't they have a sign up for semi trucks?
There's another.
Oh no, it's not.
Sale.
Fudge.
Bummer.
Yeah.
All right, where was I? Let's get back to. Where's my graphic gone? Not that one. Let's get back here. Like I said, it's different format this week, so it's a bit all over the place. So yeah, the cities. Yeah, as I said, some of these last year figures won't be 100% accurate, but it gives us a good general idea. So San Francisco floor this time last year was about 37 US and just under 40,000 UPEX, and we're down 200 and 100% there. So now we're at $12 and just under 20,000 UPEX. Manhattan, wow, was $140 last year, $41 this year, 160,000 UPEX down to 72,000. Chicago's down, it's all down except look at Santa Clara. That's interesting.
That's weird. I wanted to ask you about that. Like, what the hell's going on there?
Well, it's just so small. We don't have Rutherford on here, but I expect Rutherford would be the same, because I remember I went crazy in Santa Clara gobbling up the floor. I spent like $2 million gobbling up all the 14,000 properties that were just on the secondary. Yeah, I flipped most of those for like 32, something like that.
Oh, it was you bastard.
What? That's what I did.
You made the floor go down.
Oh, not for Santa Clara. That was ages ago. I flipped out of those.
Oh.
I've been crashing the floor in Chicago still at the moment. more on that later as well. But yeah, Santa Clara last year was 29,000 UPX. Now it's 42,000. I think that's just because it's such a limited supply.
Yeah.
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 Oh, and I should say too, some of these cities weren't, I've got written down last year, but some of the cities were released through this year. So whatever figures in there, that was the earliest possible figure that I could find in the data set. And speaking of data sets, now I did speak to one of the members from the, let me see, I've got shit everywhere here. I did speak to one of the members from, now I'm going to make sure I say the right one, because there's a few conflicting ones here. It's upxland.me. So as part of the new update they recently did, if it's ever going to freaking load for me, there's now a new overview feature. Have you seen this? Normally I'd get up at 3 a.m. to prepare for this show, and I'd grind through on these sites to get all of the cities one by one, the floor prices or whatever. And yeah, now there's this little page here. It's under properties and overview. If you click that, that gives you a good overview of the entire ecosystem. It has every city, has the floor prices in USD, UPX. I always, what do I do here? I always go to show all, I can't see it. Zoom's in the road. Stupid Zoom. Anyway, you can go show all, and you can arrange by, alphabetical order. So yeah, this is really cool. This is going to save me a crap load of time. And it also shows here that for all of the cities in Upland, we're 89% minted out. So this is cool. I'm loving this. So make sure you get over there and check out all the latest things going on at upxland.me. Some cool stuff. I know Finsky's saying in chat, lots more info with premium. I haven't had a look into that myself yet, but that's something I'll definitely do as well. But yeah, so she's a bit all over the place, the city markets and that, but basically if you look at the snapshot, whether it be crypto, whether it be Upland, this time last year compared to this time this year, she's all down. Anybody else want to chime in?
Some bad news. Throw it to me, Ben. Throw it to me.
Bad news? Well, you're keen, Cheese. All right, over to you. What's been happening in Upland this week?
So much that I have to throw it over for the last time. Not the last time ever, but the last time for now, to Mr. Uplando.
What's going on? That was very ominous. Could you hear me well?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Bad news. I was like, what? Now I get it. Yes.
Yeah, the bad news. Uplando's going to talk for 15 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's good to be here. It's good to see you both. Yes, I starting in my new responsibilities very soon into this new year. So I'm not going to be doing the nightly show over in the Upland Cafe. I used to do that. I used to do when we originally started 7 days a week. But I cut back to 5.
Are you sick or were you partying last night?
I was up last night. I wasn't. Jeez, like this is what I'm afraid of tomorrow. Cheese is got the detective sleuth coat, the pipe, the hat, the little magnifying glass, and she's gonna be in tomorrow grilling me over
tonight.
Tonight. Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be a roast. Like everybody was so nice to you yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a roast. What are they doing?
I know.
But Dak did great. Dak did a great job. Is he here? Yeah, he is here.
Next year. And Dog, both Dog, Dak and Dog were extremely pleasant and awesome and wonderful. And
then you got Cheese today.
Yeah, I got Cheese today. Watch out. The Spock's gonna fly tonight. Yeah, so we'll do 2 more. This I don't have to prep for anything. Although I did do the show intro last night, so I'll probably do the same thing, kind of like an impromptu intro to the show. Goldsmith has been taking over hosting duties and having people come on, which is very, very nice. So I am just doing a new work schedule. I got something going on. It's going to take all of my, concentration and time, and then I'll get acclimated to that, and then I'll come back and we'll do something, but during the day, this all stuff is during the day. So it's Ben's morning, my afternoon. So, but things going on in Upland. Let's talk about that. So, big stuff. So we have the last FIFA points, okay? And we're looking at this and trying to figure out who's going to be taking these passes and getting the points and getting their last final points in there. And Loyal Doyle had made this, charge. He had been out on his YouTube page saying, hey, if we work together, we can all, topple over Abdullah and we can make it happen. I've been doing the numbers. And to his credit, he moved from like the low 30s all the way up into the number 2 spot is where Loyal Doyle is right now. So Abdullah's at 2.3 million on the fan score and Loyal Doyle's at 1 million. So he broke 1 million the other day and he's slowly climbing. Do I think he can get 1 million points in the short period of time that he needs to do it? No, I don't. I don't think he can. I just don't think he can do it. I don't think there's enough out there. Now, if he wanted to go big in the pockets, he probably could. But the appeal there is that everybody that had thrown in a little bit into the pool to get him to that number 1 spot would split the Lusail Stadium. Now, he is in the number 2 position, which means he could win that gold 4x4 Series T truck. Okay. So I don't know how you're going to split that up. Ben gets a tire, more cheese gets a windshield. I don't know how this is going to get out.
I think in that case, they'll probably look to flip it and share the results, I would imagine. But so there's some Spark and some UpX. We'll see how that rolls. And we're looking at Sanctum, Uplord 7, iPhilly, MM Lang, 57 student, Big Nick, and Shaq is at 9th. I'm really rooting for Shaq right now because I've seen her bounce in and out, from I think as high as 6th place maybe, and hanging in there. She's got to be in the top 9 to get the big goodies. So if there's anything that, reach out to the Shaq and let's get the Shaq staying in the top 9. Let's go. Let's get Shaq happening. So I know she's been working hard in training. So at any rate, that's where we're at with that. I think this was yesterday during the day, Abdullah was in general and he was talking, and he and Danny P they're working back and forth together on a lot of things, and they have created a relationship. This is the cool thing. Nobody is you can't not reachable, right? You can reach out to people, and this is a big community. So Abdullah and I I've never had a conversation on a phone, Zoom, anything in that, just mostly chat conversations. Very approachable dude that I know of is a guy. And yesterday he was like, I'm going to open my final passes, but I need Danny. So people were trying to get him on to do, different types of formats and everything. I'm saying, just go to the cafe. I'll give you streaming. Just open your browser and stream your browser and open these things up. And he's like, I don't want to have them. I'm on my phone. I don't want to have notifications letting somebody know who I am. So he recorded them. We sat in there for a little while. Danny wasn't available. Finally, Danny came in and he started popping his final passes. Out of that, no spotlights, no spotlight moments. He got 2 FIFA France scarves is what he got.
Wow.
And a crest on his 3 final passes. It was like a whop, 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 whop. It was pretty brutal. But they have gotten some fan scores to put in some other places, but that was it was a bummer. So, but congratulations for him. And it was fun to do it. We were all sitting in there. It was really cool. And then lastly, he did acquire, I think, 1 other final pass, and we'll see what he gets from that. So with all that said, that was the big news. The other night we did have, for my last show on 23rd, we did have Dirk, Edon, and X1 stop by on the Uplando show. And as in good fashion, I always grill them for goodies and things. And I always try to trip them up and give us some information they're not supposed to. And it's fun because Dirk is really good. Like, Dirk is very good about seeding little secrets, hiding stuff right out in the open. If you can get Edon to start talking about things, he'll just tell you. He'll straight up come out and tell you stuff. So
Goldie stopped him from talking. He said, Edon, you give us too much information. I was like, what are you doing?
I couldn't believe it. I was like, bro, I've been working this whole segment. You want to stop me there? What are you kidding? So I couldn't believe it. So the 2 big ones, Edon had spoke about stuff that's coming in, and specifically on STEM or Life Token. So I do believe that with the Spark Exchange and one other element of the game is definitely coming.
I can't wait for STEM.
Oh, and so this is the thing. Dirk asked me, "Hey, what would you want to see? What would you want to see as the first animal?" And I said, "Horses." And I immediately turned it on him and said, "What would you have in there?" And he said, "Trees." So that's got to be a slip, or it's got to be something he's putting out there, because I do believe it's going to be a foliage, it's going to be landscaping, something of that nature.
That'll look really nice.
Yeah. I do believe that's what's going to be first in Upland when you're talking about STEM or a life token. So that would be
So,
first.
like, I'm imagining maybe a new meta venture coming out that has to do with landscaping and like to put your outdoor decor on top of this beautiful landscaped backyard with the STEM token. That would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be epic. And that makes sense, because then now you got that which is essential to other life, right? Something that can graze. You got to have X landscaping so that your goat can graze, so that your llama or your kanga, your koala, whatever it would be, your koi and
You don't need a lawnmower, just have a goat.
That's right. That's exactly right.
But we'd need overlapping for that to be a thing. And
It would be like the ground. I think it would be just like you'd have to take your decor off. This is just my guess. And it would be kind of like whatever they design, you pick out from the showroom, and it just kind of goes as the blue square.
Fills up the space. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you put on top of it.
Or it would just be the underlying cheese. It would literally, your blue square is the first layer of all this, where you set everything on top of. You still get to set decor on top of it. It may just place whatever it is. I mean, your gnome or whatever could be hiding in a bush and you'd have to move it around maybe, but yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where it's going to go. I also feel like that they're going to have, I think all the in-home experiences are going to be layer 2 with voxels. This is where I think it's going. I think
that would be so cool. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it is cool. It is very cool. I am under the presumption that they're going to have your layer 2 experience, in-home stuff is going to be, if you've ever seen Elijah and what they do with layer 2 and his Real.LA, they've got it all decked out. They have the interior part of it. It's all VR. That's what I feel like it's going to be. And your voxel will be on that layer 2. Your block explorer is still going to be driving the MV motors. And I think that that's the next thing that we're going to have. So
I'm excited for the new year. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think that they're going to have the ERC 721 bridge open. You're going to be able to take things out to OpenSea, and then you're going to be able to take those block explorers, get them to a driver school, and boom, there you go. So that's going to be, and those are going to be also the ones. The block explorers probably the first thing that goes over to OpenSea. In my opinion, that's what it will be. So that was the big news and hubbubbery and information. And we are having, like, there is a year-end thing. I think we got everything packed into December, in my opinion. Everything that you can, Spark, MV motors, all the good stuff. So if there's any other questions before I head out to do my, red robing and to do my bowing and my humming and my cult things.
Dog mentioned before if there's going to be any more semi trucks. Do you know anything about that? If they're going to come out with any more, or was that the kind of end of it?
Ricey is one that's on the numbers. If you've ever met that player, he'll be in tonight in the show. I asked him to go and do some deep dig on the numbers on that. I don't know of what versions of these semis. Maybe it's the end of these versions of these semis and there's another version coming, but we don't see those. We see Series 4s and Series Ts that are in construction right now.
All right.
Yeah. But tractor trailers, trucks, 2023. People should start getting their tractor trailer beds for their trucks.
Nice.
That's how. Anything else?
Anybody got anything for? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ben.
I was just going to say, we thank you for the inputs that you've done to date, and we hope you don't become a stranger.
I almost blew it. Okay, so last thing. So for the end of year, the 3 days of holiday cheer, I gotta thank you, Ben, Angela, D-Tech, everybody that is a part of Samurai Aquatics from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. You guys had provided that which was the big presents and the Christmas trees. I did Deal or No Deal, Ben, for the 10-piece Sam Aquatics. And somebody did, I think Catmaster came away with the 10-piece Samurai Aquatics piece, which was awesome. And
that was, what was it? Nate, somebody?
Oh yeah. you're going to ask me, and my brain is going to completely not recall it.
Yeah, I forget who.
But so Zoe Wedgwood won the surfer.
Yes.
She came away with the samurai sword, which was awesome. And then, yeah, I did have all these things I sent to Lisette was in listening as well as some of the other members of the team. And so Lisette got all of what with the new deal or no deal prizes. So she could see when I was trying to, get people to the big prizes and trade them out envelopes. She knew what was going on. And I could tell because she was like, no, guess the other one. So it was a lot of fun. And last thing, over in Uplandos, is the only that I know of left out in the wild llama plushie that's over there. You can bid on that if you like. That goes to every single penny goes to Children's Mercy Pediatric Burn Care Unit. And that also the nifty blocks that Angela created for over there with D-Tech is the commemorative NFT, $5 a piece. They all go to charity. So there you go. Thank you so much for making it a merry 3 days of holiday cheer. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
Uplando.
Anything else on your radar, Cheese?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Doggy.
So since it's the last time we're going to meet before the new year, are we doing another commemorative NFT like we did last year?
Maybe. Oh, wait, you mean for the Uplando show?
Yes.
Oh, that was a lot of work. That took me the whole month of December to do last year. Geez, I still have to do one for the wine and cheese.
But no. I mean, the one we did for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was everybody
Okay.
that.
That took me the whole month of December to get those pictures in.
Yeah.
I had to get permission. I had to make sure everybody I had to place them together just perfectly. Ben's finger is up my nose.
If you do block explorers, Angela, you may be able to do that. Like you may, if you just do people's block explorers, but I don't know.
We'll
See how
talk.
she goes. Yes.
Volunteering for work.
Oh my God.
Love you, dog.
My time just went from a lot to zero.
Yes. All right. Well,
We'll talk. We'll talk.
We'll scroll you out of there and save you. So we got the Upland Candy Cane Lane Challenge. I believe this is now finished. So we had Portage Park in first place. Rio, I'm not even going to attempt to say that. One of the Rio nodes in second, Sherwood Forest third, Howard Beach fourth, and Buck San Pedro in fifth.
Nice. I'm really happy to see Rio in there.
Yeah, so these are the
Really
ones we'll be voting on. Now, I was in Upland General yesterday as well, just having a bit of a chit chat back and forth. And I said that I will be voting for the node that spams me the least in the Upland chat.
Oh my God, we have to vote. I can't.
Yes.
The only way I'll vote is if I put all of them in a hat and then
pull it
pick out a name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
hate doing stuff like this.
if you can vote, please vote. Whatever you do to base that on, go for it. I think this is a great idea. Rather than just Portage walking away with everything, it does give the other smaller nodes or neighborhood development projects opportunities to get involved. But yeah, we saw with the Doyle thing that Uplando was speaking about, people were getting spammed in the new chat to facilitate that. Don't do that. I mean, if you're one of these node projects and you're going to start spamming, you're just going to piss a whole bunch of people off. So yeah, I don't know. So that's what I'll be basing my vote on. Who spams me the least?
Status Spark Up Rewards started this Monday.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. They had Spark Up rewards, but there's no Spark sale. Like I just flipped. I finally got a USD balance of $500, and then there's no bloody Spark sale. So
Really?
yeah, no Spark treasure hunts, no Spark sale for December.
It's kind of exciting that there isn't any. It's kind of making you kind of go,
That's making me kind of go.
I could see that.
Yes, but yeah, make sure you keep an eye out for this when voting does become available. Get in there and do so. So that's one of the things that's happening. And then we just had before it dropped, MV Motors, the biggest car sale ever. people have been watching the factory there and seeing like production was going through the roof or manufacturing. So yes, time to rev your engines and shift into high gear. The December MB motor sale is here, loaded with the most cars in an Upland sale ever. Sale starts on Wednesday, December 28th, which is today for me. I've missed it in the future, but no, it's tomorrow. Yes, and players can grab the keys for a variety of Series T and Series 4 rides totaling 13 different styles. So yeah, there's a crap ton of cars here. What have we got? Sale quantity 97. So let's just round that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 1,000, maybe about 1,000 cars.
Wow, that's wow.
Yeah, if you just round that off. So yes, and of course this happens after I just bought myself a car and I just blew my budget. So we'll see how we go.
Well,
I said
you
this,
know what?
said it was going to
Let's-
happen.
Let's think positive. You have a car ready, everything's good. Sign up for a friend that doesn't have a car yet.
Oh, I'm definitely going to sign up
Yeah.
for everything.
So like it gives them extra chances to get a car and kind of, participate.
Yes. Oh, and that's who said that in chat too. Uplando said in chat, remember to mention that the Upland team can play the game of Upland now. Yes, that's an interesting thing. Now, I don't know how far we want to take this, but there has, you're going to smack me?
No,
You're going to smack me?
I don't think we should. Not yet. Or not ever.
Ooh.
Isn't
Yes.
that more of a wine and cheese kind of conversation?
No,
Yeah, but
It's more of a lifting up the veil to show the wizard.
Show the wizard. Show the wizard. Show the wizard.
No,
Oh,
you do it on
Uplando
your
wants to
show.
burn
You
it.
do it on your show, Lynn.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. I have been seeing some players show up on the board with the team blue stamp. So go ahead.
Yes. I guess all we'll say is that blockchain data don't lie. So
No, it doesn't. Now they're supposed to be excluded from certain things and things that they participate in and things of that nature. But they're supposed to be experiencing the same thing we experience. So that is the players asking, saying, hey, you guys don't play the game, so you don't know what's going on. Well, be careful what you wish for. You got it.
oh, there's quite a
This-
rabbit hole there to dive into. Yes.
Yeah, there is a rabbit hole, but
But we'll move on.
we'll move on.
All right. Now I think we covered everything there. So normally it's at this stage we'd throw over to the puppet, but he is sick as a dog, as we say. So hope you're resting up, puppet, and get well soon. Rob has a little bit of a thing brewing with nodes. Are you there, Rob? Can you give us the heads up? What's this all about?
Yes. I was going to do this in my section, but I'll do it now. I'm going to do a parade of nodes is what I'm going to call it. Join us
Hi,
December 29th. Hey, how are you?
I got the puppet.
It's the Povo puppet.
Yeah, I'm just getting this together though now, but sorry, you got me giggly here. But so what is Parade of Nodes? It's something I'm trying to do to bring the communities together and the nodes together and have a little shill hour and either discount properties or trade node for node properties to kind of help people get into each other's node. I kind of got the idea for myself wanting to get into all my friends' areas. And I also want to, be able to have them in my area. So, and, Mexican Town and United Center are kind of pricey these days, if you wanted to get in there. So in the season of giving, I wanted to come together and do some trading, learning, and help our friends out a bit. Any property we do swap, I'd like to have the recipient to start a build on it and either help them with a little spark, and it'll help us in the long run of building each other's areas up as well, So I'm going to have a formatted show and should be very informative and for learning on what's going on in the world of nodes around the Upland Metaverse. So
That's so cool. I can't wait.
yeah, I might try to do this every couple of months or maybe at least once a year between maybe Christmas and New Year's.
All right.
So
That's cool.
Thursday and in the Stadium Chasers server, 8 MT, which is 10 Eastern time Thursday evening. So, and it's going to be recorded and we'll make a YouTube video out of it.
Nice.
So
All right.
Yeah,
Is-
I hope
we
you all can
okay to drop the invite link to the Stadium Chasers Discord in the
Yes.
information, all that sort of stuff? Yep.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
if you are particularly if you're a node manager and you want to get involved, yeah, reach out to Rob. For sure.
Please do. Thank you.
All right. Did you just want to carry on with your
Sure.
other segment?
Oh,
Might as well.
wait, I gotta get ready.
Cheese has got to get ready.
Oh, this is going to be good then. If you got to get ready for it.
Oh, expectations are high, Cheese.
Oh my
So
God,
anyway.
lower your expectations.
So anyway, this will be the 15th episode of.
Wait.
Oh.
Hold on, I gotta get the tongue in.
Oh my God.
All right. All right, go ahead. This is what?
This is the 15th episode of.
Drop it like it's hot.
So worth the wait. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. You're too funny, Cheese. Anyway, I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and kind of in like a season review sort of way. I'm going to go over some of the projects who have a drop for this week. In this last week of 2022, that is. Today, 1400 UTC Galleria, who we've talked about, they hold an animal special drop in their Los A's series. I like these little animals they do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm yet to buy one. So I own some of their other stuff though, but I like them. And then on Wednesday, tomorrow, that is 1800 UTC Future Relics, and that reminder that that's like the studio NFT project. You try to get the pieces together. They released their 8th part of their Xmas trailer, and yeah, I like that project. And they also have I'll wait till the end. Thursday the 29th, 1800 UTC Art Vending Machine is back with their beautiful butterfly wheels. It's a skate wheel NFT. They're really high definition artistic wheels. We've gone over them, and that's why I'm bringing them up. But they have a drop coming right before the year end here. White Dragon, they're holding a figurine blending, and that starts at 1500 UTC on Saturday. And the last thing to mention is Future Relics round out the week with their 9th part of their Xmas trailer. So 8 and 9 are coming out this week for minting.
Look, they got bed.
Sorry, I might have had all the
guy.
I might have had all the links in the wrong order there, but yeah, links for all of those projects will be in the description. Apologies.
Perfect.
For that.
Appreciate that.
Jesus' eyes are like,
So-
what the fuck is Ben doing here?
Yeah.
So anyway, Future Relics round out the week with number 9 of their trailer, of their Xmas trailer. So that's the last drops of the year, which is weird to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know it is weird to say.
So it went fast. I don't know if it did for you guys, but it sure
Oh,
did
it
over
did.
here. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, you say it every year. It's like the years just disappearing really quickly. But yeah, this year was just ridiculous.
Oh,
like even
yeah,
for the in
super
real life work, yeah, it was madness.
yeah, thank you guys.
No worries, mate.
Another episode of. You gotta say it.
Oh yeah. Sorry. And that concludes this episode of.
Drop it like it's hot.
Love the tongue there.
I had to, for the Upland puppet.
Thank you. Made it fun.
So we have jumped around a bit all over the place, and I hope I didn't just steal Dak's thunder there. I hope that wasn't the last thing you had to talk about. And I don't know if he's officially there. Are you there, Dak? He is.
Dak.
Oh no. I'm in trouble, Cheese. I'm in trouble.
It's like when I got the link from More Cheese, I'm like, oh, okay. So on that note, I have not much to say, but I will say that 2022 kind of in retrospect was really interesting for racing and kind of functionality coming into the game. It opened up the doors for a lot of economic factors that actually I think helped Upland, and I'm glad that we were able to be part of it. From the idea of being able to do races to the communities that have come together around racing, to layer 2 functionality that's come out, which includes UpX World and Elijah Wood, Real World, Real Node LA. I saw that someone asked about an announcement in Shelter Group. You asked about the analytics announcement in with Animocaverse. I am very curious about that. I do know that Elijah was one of the first, and JR Wheels, where they were very big into the concept of looking at other Animoca brand racing options that were out there. Big one being Ref Racing, where you could actually get vehicles for like $2-3 versus $840. So there was a big difference in terms of pricing. It made it a lot, very interesting, but obviously trying to do some kind of crossover or trying to be able to take those $2 cars and race them in Upland was very difficult. I know with his with his layer 2 that he's built out for his Real Note LA, that I think is going to be pretty awesome. And I do believe that he's going to be able to do different types of races. We've also seen, as I mentioned, people getting creative with treadmill racing and layer 2 and all of these other things. So I think 2023 is going to be kind of exciting. I expect to see a lot more functionality around racing. Obviously, the big thing I'm waiting for, and a lot of us at URL are waiting for, is player design tracks. What was discussed back in May of 2022, where about players being able to submit their tracks and all that. So I'm excited about that. And so we'll see kind of what happens with racing in 2023. I do want to thank everyone who's been supportive of URL and making URL a community-driven server. So thank you, everyone.
No worries. Thank you. Yes, we're all
Thank you for
expecting.
thank you for being awesome and creating such great stuff like UCC and URL, and just being a good person and metaverse buddy.
I gotta say, I just come up with crazy ideas and then other people help execute them. So Ben, I think you know how it is. If it wasn't for More Cheese, if it wasn't for my More Cheese as Mass Chef, right? If it wasn't for people like JR Wheels and Elijah and Matsuda R and a whole bunch of others. I mean, we got Coop and Sybaris and UCC. We have oh man, there's just a list too long to remember everyone. Sorry if I didn't say your name, but you guys are awesome. Everyone has been, really kind of great. And so, yeah, it's easy when you have a good team to do something pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Coming up with ideas and starting projects is the easiest part of the whole process. Yes, sticking to the grind and through the highs and lows. Yeah, that's definitely the challenge.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, thank you, everyone.
No worries. Thank you. All right.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw, just real quick, AMA tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, really?
I'll be there.
Yep, it just released and announced that Upland is doing their Q4 AMA tomorrow.
Perfect.
Ah, nice.
All right, where are we up to? MBE news and updates. One and Cheese in the Metaverse show, episode 64. We tried to remember how to go back to our original guest co-host and interview setup. We were joined by Sunrise Node manager Mesmi, and we found out about her history, interests, and current and future projects in the Upland Metaverse. And then Mesmi dived into discussions with us about Trump's NFTs, Cheese and my 500,000 UpX bet on the Bitcoin price predictions for January 15th. I can't see her face. What did she do? She might not have heard me. Argentinian football partnerships, the Candy Cane Neighborhood Challenge, Gnomes in Upland, Metaverse happenings, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Anything else been happening in the MBE this week, Cheese?
Yeah. I forgot what you told me to talk about. Wait. Go ahead.
The NFT you just released.
Oh, the NFT I just released.
Didn't you create that in front of a live studio audience and all that sort of stuff?
I did actually. Zoe and her son watched me do the blanket that's holding the tree up. And Dax saw me doing some of the branches. Do you want me to share that?
Yeah, I was just going to get that up, but if you've got it there ready to go,
Let's see.
if we were organized, I would have preloaded that and had it good to go, but we're not. So,
Organized, schmorganized. I have it.
yes.
And I also actually want to show after this. I'm really actually quite impressed with the way I did the blanket, and I was really glad Zoe and her son was there, because her son, every time I did something really awesome, like a nice little color blend, you hear like a little voice going, "Oh, that looks so cool." And it's just so motivating.
Whiny Cheesemas.
Whiny Cheesemas.
Yeah. So how can people get hold of one of these if they want one?
Well, they can't.
Oh.
This one was very exclusive. I gave 2 to Uplando to give out. I think he gave one of them. I gave some out to people who have been really supporting us. I only made 25, right? So they're super like rare. I gave the people in the meta member section of MVE. I have a few left, and those, maybe we'll put some on the wheel to give out today.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and let me show one more thing.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So Human Sim Banana, our favorite banana, had a
Secret Santa, is that what you're going to talk about?
Santa.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Ben. And oh my God, I'm like,
my
so
Secret Santa
overwhelmed.
partner went AWOL. I can't get in contact with him on Discord, Twitter. I don't know what the deal is. So if you're out there, it's not too late.
I know you're Secret Santa. I'll give him a poke. But I had Freaky Man, and
Oh,
I
yes.
had met Freaky Man in, what is this?
Vegas. Yeah.
In Vegas.
Genesis week. Yeah.
And he was dancing the whole time, and he came in front of Soli and I, and he did this funky dance, and he was so happy and friendly. So when I got him as a Secret Santa, I was like, you know what, I took a video of him dancing, and there's actually a real video of this, and I took 9 clips of it, and I arted each of them, because when I get a Secret Santa, I go all out. So I did that. Not only did I do that, but I also got.
I can't imagine how long it took you to do all those lights all over the floor and that. That's incredible.
The lights were easy.
Really? Wow.
It's just, yeah, because you just like, psh, 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 psh. Like,
Yeah, no.
his face was hard. In 3 of the clips, his face is just mostly blue, because I was just like losing my mind. But if you don't look at it close, you won't notice it. Sorry, freaking in. But
you did a portrait as well, didn't you? Is that
then
what
I
you're
did a
bring up?
portrait of the guy.
Has he seen all these?
Oh yeah, he has. I asked him how many NFTs does he want of it, and he took 25. Let's see, share. And this one, I actually had to stalk him. I found his Facebook, and I found a nice profile picture, because it's a Secret Santa. You can't really ask them for pictures, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is if you're listening on the Spotify, you got to check this out on the YouTubes. I think you excel at portraits. I think that's where you really shine. Like,
I've been getting better. Better.
What do you say? That's pretty freaking awesome.
Like, I've been adding a lot more pinks and like golds for accents, and it really actually, the smaller you look at this, the better it looks. So it looks a lot better in the NFT.
Yeah, no, that's incredible work. Amazing stuff.
Thanking you.
All right. Summer Aquatics and Decor updates. The showroom property in Midtown Terrace is still completely balked out, and I can't move any manufactured items from the factory to the showroom. It just gets stuck in an endless white screen crash loop. The Upland team is looking into it, but it's this time of the year, holidays, so I don't expect that's going to get fixed anytime soon. And if you have a look, you'll start to see that heaps of decor is starting to pile up on the properties opposite the showroom. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I'm wary of front loading a sudden transportation mechanic announcement kicking in. Like, we know that Upland likes to suddenly say things like showrooms are now available, go. So I can foresee a future where, car transportation for truck transportation for decor and other items like that, that's now live. And if I've got all of the stock stuck on the factory property, well, then I'm going to have to essentially pay to move it. So I'm trying to take advantage of this airdrop system as much as possible while we still have it. So yeah, the decor is just going to pile up around the showroom until that's fixed and I can get it put in the showroom and we can start working towards our next sales releases. I mean, it has been really unfortunate timing. We would have loved to have done a decor sale now while that candy cane challenge was going on, but we'd locked out of the showroom almost. So yeah, at the moment we're still looking at a mid to late January release for our next sales waves, but obviously that depends entirely on that showroom property getting fixed up, whatever the glitch is there. I've got about 8.5 days to go on the large factory in San Francisco before that's finished. However, the moving process, like officially moving your factory or your showroom from one designated one on the map with the pin and all of that sort of stuff to another one, it's quite an involved process and it's very time consuming, shall we say. So we probably won't look to make that jump from the medium factory to the large factory until after those next round of sales have been completed. And speaking of which, as reluctant as I was to pursue the path with the large factory requiring 25 spark to max that out, our next sales waves will have some ratio of USD listings to help get us better situated for maximum manufacturing levels. Still not sure how that's going to play out or how we're going to do that. We'll have to get together, Cheese, D-Tech and myself, and go through all those details at some stage. But yes, bear with us. I have been getting a lot of requests. When decor? We don't know. Essentially, we don't know. As we have proven, we can make all of the plans in the world, but we are a better program within the wider better program, and a lot of stuff is out of our hands. Moving decor around by Semi is live now. No, I'm just saying that's a possibility. So I want to do stuff before that happens. I don't want to sit around with all of our stock just piling up in the factory showroom and then it becomes a thing and then I have to transport them. So yes, just trying to front load that. So that's what's happening in Summer Aquatics and Decor. Moving on to the wine of the week. Now I've got a couple of things down here. Fake gnome supply to bait the FOMO dragon riders. Has anybody just gone headfirst into chasing these goddamn gnomes?
I know a few people have been.
Wow, people losing their mind.
They're cute.
Setting alarm clocks every 3 hours and getting up to try and grab them and then raging because they miss out because they get a double capture or circle of death or everything like that. J.R. Wheel says this. Yeah. Who was that? Was that you, Rob?
Yeah. I've got 3 of them, but I've missed out on 5.
Yeah.
And
wow,
then
3 is good.
I like them. I like them. You can make a scene. You saw what I did, I think.
No. Can you share?
No, with one of the grills. I can't share.
That was
actually.
Hilarious. Yes. Yeah.
Where did you put this? Where is it on Discord?
It might have been in DM to me, I think.
I think so. Yeah. I'll send it to you. But at the shop, I tried to make a little scene using the gnomes and your grill, and yeah, it's cool. I think.
Yeah, that sounds adorable.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh my god!
121 South Wood Street.
I'll just find the DM. That'll be the easiest way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I'll give too much away by sharing this. Yeah, so here we got Rob said his gnome is grilling out because it isn't minus 17 degrees there. So he's got our outdoor decor island grill and the gnome standing in front of it cooking up a storm. So yes.
Oh, I've added 2 since then.
Oh, have you?
The umbrella seating right there.
What's that show? There's a cool cartoon show from the Beavis and Butthead guy that was always the dude standing around the barbecue grill.
Oh yeah, King of the Hill.
King of the
King of
Hill.
the
Yeah, that
Hill.
reminds me of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's
I still
cool.
haven't been able to get a gnome, so the fact that someone has three,
Do
I
you
know.
care? That's my point. Why do
Of course.
people care?
Who's gonna man the grill?
Yeah. It's
I have a
interesting.
grill that needs a gnome. Come on.
Dude, who's gonna feed
I'll head back
my,
to
my
Rio.
veggie burgers?
Yeah. I guess my whine is more related to the artificial supply restriction. You know, it seems like it's a deliberate ploy to maximize the FOMO.
Yeah. I mean, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And Shelter Group said, I think some people care based on the contest. Yeah, that was an aspect of it too. You know, it increased your score. Yeah, it just seems a bit strange how people were just losing their minds. But I'm not immune to the FOMO dragon myself. As hard as I've worked to get that out of my system this year, I did kind of FOMO into the UNICEF structure ornaments. I pretty much blew the UDU Podcast 1 million UpX budget going all out for that. So, because there was a big section of Midtown Terrace that I wanted to get done. But she didn't sting me. She said, no, as a node manager, that's just something you just got to kind of do. So,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
we'll see how we go.
I didn't put lipstick on. I just took a swig of my NyQuil.
Oh, nice.
Feel a little bit of a
So if you drop out unexpectedly, that'll be the reason. Anybody else have a wine? No? Anybody have a win? Rob's
A
pulled
win?
3 gnomes. Yeah, I didn't. As is human nature, it's much easier to find things to whine about than to celebrate.
Well, I'd say my win was to keep doing this. Keep doing this with Ben, Wine and Cheese. UDU is still going strong. Upland is still going strong. Tuesdays are my favorite days because I love, hanging out with everybody here at the Upland Metaverse. And I just really hope that we keep doing this for the long run because it is my happy place.
Yep.
And thank you guys for coming here every Tuesday and just hanging out with us.
Yeah, it's definitely a good point to raise. Like, as much as we whine and have our rah-rah moments, it's just because we care. But yeah, it has been a hell of a year. Like, we're going to get that in the minute. Get to that in a minute. Like yesterday, I went through all of the announcements that Upland's put out and put together a kind of timeline of some of the big things that have happened, and it's a hell of a list. We shall get to that once I wrap up on a few things. UDU nodes updates. Anything in particular happening in Bronxdale? Cheese?
I had a win.
Oh,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I want to hear your win.
Yes.
Well, this wasn't that long ago. Abdullah stopped by the store and spent $1,400 or so.
Nice.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
Ka-ching. Right.
So that was a win. I thought I'd mention since obviously he's still buying.
Which store? This is for the legits, the soccer legits, right?
Yes. Unfortunately,
Abdullah, if
yeah.
you're watching this, there's more in Dog's place in Bronxdale.
Yes.
there is.
Spread the
Abdullah's got
love.
a hell of a sense of humor. Like if you see the times that he pops up in Upland General, it's awesome. So yeah,
Oh,
that is
Shelter
a
has
decent.
his hand up.
Oh yeah, what's happening?
Hey, how are you guys? Thank you for inviting me to be a part of your podcast show, and happy end of year and moving into the next year. So my win, I wanted to mention was just me being introduced to NFTs this year. Came into Upland and when Detroit launched, and had never made an NFT before. And because of Dax and Creedmoor and Buck and forgetting the other of the 4, if you want to chime in, tell me. But anyways, the race that we did, that everyone participated in, that most of us here did a little bit of something with, was able to make some piece of art, which I used with crayons and markers and stuff, and then let a computer do the rest, which was part of the rules. And we auctioned those things off, and someone bought these NFTs that we did for a lot of money, and we were able to donate it to the Child Mind Institute, which I've talked to a therapist since 2011, and he said that the guy who runs the Child Mind Institute is one of his most favorite and respected psychologists in the field today. And it just made me feel really proud to be a part of something like that, where we could donate a decent chunk of money to this place, and someone could get NFTs, someone could race. And it just kind of introduced me to this whole space and this whole world, and become more creative. And so that's a win for me. It kind of got me off my butt in a way to leverage Upland and this whole metaverse space in a different way than I had originally planned. And it's been really fun.
That's
Nice.
awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome, Shelter. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, set you
my
up
pleasure.
for a big year next year too, I would imagine.
It has. It's just sort of given me confidence, and then got my name out there a little bit, and yeah, I'm gonna keep. I made some more NFTs and sent them out for Christmas. It just was fun to do, and I'm gonna do some more of that stuff. I got another couple series coming up soon, and I just wanted to space them out a little bit, and I think that one will be fun too. That one's gonna be called Monster Buds 23. Some AI generated cannabis friendly things, and we'll see how that goes. It's just sort of fun to play around with these things.
No worries. Make sure you jump in and let us know, or at least get in contact with Robin or Joe when you get that all up and running. And
Oh yeah, Rob and Joe.
check her out.
Thanks.
All right,
I will-
Cheese.
all right.
What did we say? Anything happening in the Bronx style?
Well, I have Uplando's build is almost done. And that's been going on for quite a few days. Let me just check it out right now and see. Da, 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 da.
And while you're bringing that up, I'll just say for Midtown Terrace, yeah, we're at 81% last week, currently at 81.7 and slowly grinding
Wow,
away.
81. That's crazy.
Yes. All right.
That's
what do you got?
crazy. Oh, 1 day, 16 hours left for Uplando.
Nice.
We're probably around 36%. Yeah, but the thing I keep oh, look at you.
I don't think you'd be on this because this is only the
No.
top 20. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to squirrel you. I was just getting ready.
Yeah, I'm squirrely. The only thing I'm really excited about right now is Dogs Football Nation. Legit's there. I'm really glad to have a meta venture in there, and I'm in talks with Dak to set up like a racetrack sort of thing. I did submit my racetrack for the contest, but it didn't work out. Shelter Group's racetrack did win, which is really cool, in Chicago, Norwood, where Big Dollars has a node there, and him and Shelter worked together on that, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm looking to see if I get sort of a racetrack set up with Dak and keep building out.
Nice. Now I have brought this up. This is the top 20 most percentage completed neighborhoods at the moment. I've done this as a kind of a snapshot for future me for this time next year. So it'd be interesting to just see where we're at. Look at poor old, who's running that Hanson Dam? Oh, I'm just blanking on the name.
I never heard of it.
Oh, he's like UDU member. I just blanking on his Nubex.
Oh,
My God.
Nubex.
Why did I forget that? Sorry, Nubex. So look at that. There's 21 of the 22 properties have been developed. I hope that's not a flipper that's holding out on them. That sucks.
Wow.
So they're almost at 100%. Yeah, some of these 100% ones are, they're very low property numbers: 55, 21, 32, 2, 2. Yeah, Midtown Terrace is still front loading for the main node projects. So we're at 81.7%. Columbus something or other in Kansas. What's that one? I don't know that one. I can't read it. They're at 71.4%. Century City 68.4%. I think there's a few sleepers here. I think Mexican Town, there's a lot going on there in the background, and Rancho Park. I mean, you can't discount the amount of spark that Abdullah is pumping into Rancho Park.
Yeah.
It will be very interesting to see how that goes. Like this time next year, I expect this will look completely different. And of course, we have seen a lot of the there is a big kind of snowball effect kicking off with some of the Rio nodes like Monero and that sort of thing. There's a big groundswell for development with them, and they kind of, maybe they will, but at the moment they're not suffering from the dead property kind of aspect that a lot of the older nodes suffer from. So like in Midtown Terrace, for example, there's over 100 properties there that probably won't get built because those people are just AWOL. So yeah, it'll be very
but
interesting.
like what you've done with so many, like such a huge neighborhood is quite freaking awesome. Like that's 2 years in the making, over 2 years in the making. And I think it's impressive that you're there at 9th place. Like,
well,
that's crazy.
To be technical, it's first place because those other projects with those low numbers, that I don't really count those as.
I don't count
whatever.
those either.
Oh, that Columbus one, that's a 21 property one as well. So yeah, I guess it's Midtown Terrace, Century City, Rancho Park, Mexican Town, Timber Valley, Mosswood's still in there. A lot of things happening in Quailwood as well. That's about the same size as Midtown Terrace. 100 properties less, but yeah. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. They've been at it
for a while too in Quailwood.
Yes, absolutely. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this looks like this time next year. So that's why I pulled this up as a bit of a future snapshot reference points. All right, the code phrase for the 1 million UPEX wheels. Now, I said this is a long one. It is a long one, so make sure you're paying attention. The book is called Opportunity, and its first chapter is New Year's Day.
What?
The book is called Opportunity, and its first chapter is New Year's Day. If you can just remember Opportunity and New Year's Day, Cheese will probably let you pass with that. So that's from the poet Edith Lovejoy Pierce, speaking about New Year's Day, because that's kind of sets us up for looking back and then looking forward.
The book is called Opportunity,
and its first chapter is New Year's Day. That's the phrase you got to remember. It's not like a question you need to answer. Just remember, Opportunity, New Year's Day. That'll do.
I'm not helping anybody on this.
No.
I'm going to be a hard cheese.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, just to quickly review the Christmas show from last week. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We have passed off most of the prizes. If there's an Adam Woy out there, or if you know of an Adam Woy, please get in contact. I don't know who they are, and I can't ping them to get them their prize. Everybody else has received theirs, though. So thank you to everybody who donated prizes for that and got involved. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right. Now, I mentioned that we're going to do a quick review of 2022. Well, it might not be so quick because, oh, mama, it was quite a year, as I said. So I'm assuming this is all up for you.
Yes.
What I did here is I went to the Upland website and I looked at news and events, and I just scrolled through all the posts and just picked out all the ones that are like the major ones. Of course, I didn't do like Spark Week and auctions and all of that stuff. Otherwise, we'd be here forever. So starting in December last year, we had the Bronx City release on the 15th of December. And then pretty much straight after that, we had the Oakland expansion in Alameda and Berkeley. You look back at the city releases this year and holy, we just got smashed with city releases.
Yeah, wow.
And then we had the All About the Economy kind of update that dropped on the 29th, which that was a lot of interesting stuff there. It's kind of funny to go back and review some of this stuff. So yeah, that was how Upland was gearing up for the Upland economy to enter a new phase with MetaVentures, Block Explorer shops, better starting UPEX transfers, blah, 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 blah. So that kind of set up what they were expecting to do for the year.
My Bronx.
Yes.
Such memories.
Of you raging your fucking head
I know,
off.
I was a lunatic.
Steam coming out your ears. Yes.
I almost killed you too, Ben.
Yes, it was fun times. And then we moved on to January. We kicked into 2022, and we had the Block Explorer shop beta began on the 12th of January, and that was almost a full year after those those first 10 Block Explorer shops had been given the go-ahead. So we got the go-ahead in February the year before. So yes, that kicked off. We had on the 20th, the charged up treasure tier that went live. So treasure hunts have changed dramatically this year. There's a whole bunch of adjustments that have been made there. And then there was the big one on the 27th of January, property earning adjustments kicked in to kick me right in the face after I had just achieved my big goal for what was 2021 was to get over 2 million dividends a month. And then yes, a month later, they dropped the base dividend rate from 17.3% to 14.7%. So it'll be interesting to see if there's another drop on the way soon. We'll have to wait and see on that one.
They can. Like with stuff going down and stuff, that's not a good way to go into the new year.
Well, it didn't make sense then, and it doesn't make sense now. The justification at the time was now that there are other ways for people to earn money, we're going to drop the dividend rate. But yeah, the only people that had a different way to make money was the 10 Block Explorer shop owners. So that was a bit of a weird one, that one. I think that was way too early myself, but that's just me being a whiny little B word. And then, of course, on the 27th of January, we had the Los Angeles City releases. So we had one in December, or two releases in December, and another one in January. And then February, the start of February, we had the Los Angeles City release continued. Remember that did a north and a south, and there was all sorts of bloody, what do you call it? Test bloody releases and that sort of stuff. Another big milestone in early February was on the 8th of February, we had the peer-to-peer UpX transfers. So that was a big milestone.
Yeah.
Although it was one of those things where they announced it and everyone went, cool, and you go and check it out, but then there's a delay on, you have to hold the UpX for a certain amount of time. And so it was cool. It was a bit of a wow.
Yeah.
Yes. And then again, on the same day, we had the Block Explorer beta begins with USD sales. So that was a pretty big milestone, that one. You could now sell your Block Explorers for USD or buy for USD as well. And the day after, look at that, bang, 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 NFLPA fan shop beta applications opened up. What else have we got? The 23rd, the Master Builders Contest begins to design unique structure NFTs for each city in Upland. That was cool to see.
That was really cool.
We have seen now, we've got the one with the Carnival is kicking off. I hope that becomes a consistent feature in 2023. Like, hopefully there's always something for people that want to do that sort of stuff to get involved in.
Yeah.
And we had on the 25th of February, the Manhattan Marble Hill neighborhood competition details were released. So that was the expansion into Marble Hill. And there was a whole bunch of different challenges and things that you could go into the running to win a property there. So that was a pretty hectic start to the year.
Yeah.
And it just got crazier. In March, we had the Detroit City release on the 3rd. And then this was a good one too. On the 9th, we had collection chips update. So no longer were our Block Explorers hidden behind giant stacks of collection chips. It was cool to see that little update come through. And another big event was on the 11th of March, the Metaverse Motor economy details were released. So that's what kind of kicked off, the UCC, not the UCC, what is it? The URL and all that sort of stuff as well. Now, Dak just mentioned that the Uplands announced the Q4 roadmap update and AMA, and that's something they've done consistently all through the year. You'll see in here, there's a Q1 roadmap update, there's a Q2, there's a Q3, and it's cool to see them continuing to do that. Dak's got his thumb up. Yeah, even if they are a bit, they are a bit, they're not really AMAs, are they? Well, they have been doing better. I will give them props for that. They have been a bit more loose with what they do. I have MB Motors project details released on the 17th. New treasure hunting tiers and rewards were announced, and the NFLPA fan shops also opened in March. Now,
wow, every month they have oh, look at this more.
Yes, Upland Fire Drill Minting Challenge began, and there was another change to treasure hunts. And that was pretty dumb. On the 31st, they released that. Remember that April Fool's mascot vote thing? I was like, really? The amount of
was
effort that went into
funny.
putting that together, I'm like, really, this is kind of
But you know
tragic.
what? If they didn't do anything for April Fools, people would complain too. I
Yeah.
thought it was fun.
It was a bit tragic. It was kind of like eye rolling, but yes. So yeah, I won't just bore everyone to death going through these.
I'm not bored. This is interesting to me.
All right, well, I'll play along. Just make sure if you're listening on the Spotify or YouTube, put it at 2x speed. April, we had the Queen City release. So that was just bang, 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 month after month after month, city releases. Yes.
Queens. I'm so surprised Queens didn't mint out. But then again, you can't all be as great as the Bronx.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, there was a lot of pent-up demand for the Bronx, wasn't it? That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
On the 18th, we had the collection holding periods kick in. So that kind of really nerfed what remained of collection swapping. We had the Block Explorer shop better expansion. So the original 10 Block Explorer shops, they opened, what was that, January? And they only had a couple of months that to themselves before it was expanded further. And the other big one, as far as user-generated content, was on the 22nd of April, Genesis Week Ornament Contest was announced. So I believe that was the structure ornaments that you could make, like Lockie did that cool llama on the rocket thing in collaboration with somebody.
Yes.
And I spent a fortune gobbling those up. So that was really cool. Kicking over to May on the 4th, at the start of the month, the Genesis Week Las Vegas details were announced, and Cheese burnt her hands getting her credit card out fast enough to buy her tickets.
Yes.
And this is a good one. On the 13th, the Genesis Week Hackathon and Design Challenge details were released with a $50,000 prize. I don't even remember who won that. Has anything else come? Did they take the money and run?
No, there was rumors about that. I think 2 of the 3 people aren't on the project anymore, but the one person that is, yeah, he's still working on it.
All right. So hopefully we see something come of that in 2023.
Yeah, there were 3 people on it. I took a picture of them holding the check in Vegas.
Yeah. all I remember about that was it 3 people did presentations and 2 of them were mentioning like gambling aspects. I'm like, don't say anything about gambling. You just lost. You're not going to win if you talk about gambling. They don't want anything to do with gambling.
Well, everything is like, if there's odds to it, it's a gamble. To be fair.
Yeah, but that was just like straight in your face. Now, one of them was gambling. The other one was like a Discord. It was a Discord game or something.
It was like a roll of the dice, and like you had I don't want to speak too much because I don't know too much about it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to
still ongoing.
Yeah, but I am excited for it. I know it did sound exciting. Like all of the projects that were talked about up there were awesome. So
yes. On the 16th, we had the MetaVentures update. Sub-merchants began. So that was a big one too. You could then list your stuff as a sub-merchant. Because remember, in the early days of the Block Explorer shop, poor Uplando and the Goldsmith were dealing with all sorts of dramas with burners and this, that, and the other thing, trying to manage it all.
Yeah.
So yes. And then on the 16th, the same day, we had the NFT to USD cap rise from $10,000 US to $100,000. And then I immediately listed my 2 Wall Street properties for $100,000 each, which are still available. Shill. If you're out there with 200 grand burning a hole in your pocket, there's a very nice Wall Street collection for you to buy.
Shill.
Yes. And on the 20th, the MV Motors Series 1 Genesis trim was revealed. Now, Dak, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Abdullah just buy that?
I don't know if it was Abdullah.
Oh, really? Somebody just bought it from the original winner for something crazy, like $3,000 US or something ridiculous.
3,000 USD is what it was bought for.
That's mental. Absolutely mental.
Now, part of it was because of the way he wanted to arrange the purchase. Pretty much they had to drop the money into his account before he transferred the car.
So
and not many people wanted to take that risk.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, wow. 3,000. Geez, I would even consider getting it for 3,000, even though I don't have 3,000, but that's a hell of a steal.
It's a one of a kind.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And then we kicked on to June and we had the the first ever cross-city collections. They were only for a limited time. That was a bit of fun, where there was a whole
Yeah.
bunch of new collections on board. Then we had Treasure Rush challenges began. And then, of course, the big one for June was the 6th to the 10th was Genesis Week in Las Vegas. Take it away, Cheese.
It was fun. It was fun. I got to meet so many people. Oh my gosh. Shaq was so amazing to me. I got to meet Rob. I got to meet Freaky Man, just so Uplando. Like I'm gonna stop naming names because I'll forget someone, like Boulder Magic, TML. It was awesome. It was just awesome.
Yes, and as part of that,
I
of
didn't
course,
realize Genesis Week was going to be such a networking event. I mean, there's a lot of businesses that ended up coming out of that week.
Yeah.
I'm not missing next year.
You better not. You better
Nice.
not.
yes, and as part of that, of course, the Las Vegas City was released, and they had the Q2 roadmap and AMA, and all of those people that applied for Block Explorers, they kicked off as well on the 20th of June. And on the 29th, the FC Porto partnership was announced, which had us kind of scratching our heads, but it was cool to see that soccer kind of link finally come through, because there had been, there was an old tab on the website that was mentioning soccer from way back. So it was good to see that kind of start to come to fruition. Then we had on July, we had the 15th of July was the Great Racetrack Challenge announced. And then I can't speak. Remember that whole drama with Midtown Terrace and everything? If you want to get a refresh on that, go and check out Russell Emby's channel. That was kind of cool. She's
July
shaking her head.
20th.
July 20th, yeah. Moving on, new structure factories were announced. Yeah, that was cool. That kind of started the ball rolling for outdoor decor. Like we had seen the Block Explorer beta open, and we're like, hey, what about us? Remember us? So yeah, that was cool to see that kind of get off. And then we had the 20th of July was the quality of life update property search. This was another one where it was like, yay, not really. It's not kind of what we asked for, and it's nowhere near as extensive as what we need as far as property searching.
Yeah, no.
So it was kind of yes, but no. And then on the 22nd, we had the OMA 3 Web3 Leaders Consortium announced. That was kind of Upland and a bunch of the other big metaverses getting together to kind of fuckery avoidance, I call it, working together to avoid fuckery and drama. So, but there was some noticeable absentee members from that, like my old mate, Kark Muckerberg. Yes. So we'll see how that pans out. And then, of course, on the 26th of July, we had the Rio City release.
Woo!
Yes, marking that as our first international city. Then August, wow, I better get a wriggle on here, otherwise we're already running late. I'll never get through this. August, now this one threw a real spanner in the works, was the economic update details and the upcoming UIP, Upland Improvement Project #1 vote details and announced. Oh, mama, did this kick the hornet's nest? So this kicked off a whole bunch of, I don't know, what do you say, fudders and all sorts. So maybe we'll just move on from there. So
Let's move on.
Rio Expansion 1 kicked off, where everyone got their head scratching there. There was Rio expanded pretty much straight away. We had some new FSA rules put in as part of that. So players were now, limited to how many properties they could, FSA properties they could get over their lifetime and on any particular day. On the 11th, Upland home addresses and the beginning of community governance kicked in, which was very cool to see.
Yeah.
And then something else that kicked off there was the 18th, the Upland Designers Guild applications open. I think we're going to see a lot come of that in 2023. That's going to be really
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yes, on the 19th, additional Block Explorer shops and NFLPA shop applications open. So this started to get more people involved in, getting deeper into the Upland economy and, secondary income and that sort of stuff. 22nd, we had the Porto City release, and a couple of days later, the Rio expansion #2. And then 29th.
Woo!
After what then was 18 months of waiting, we had the outdoor decor manufacturing announcements. Yes. So that was cool. September, we had the 2022 NFLPA collections announced. I know there's a lot of people that want to see a whole lot more done with NFLPA in 2023 as far as, functionality and what's the word? Operability. No, there's what's the fancy word? Utility. There's a lot of high expectations for that in 2023. And on the 9th, we had the new structure showrooms announced. That kind of just got thrown at us on the back end in outdoor daycare. And we're like, whoa, this is like moving way too fast. We've waited all this time and now it's suddenly go time, but we were nowhere near ready. And then on the 12th, we had Porto expansion. The 15th, we had community dev tools, the UDN, the Upland Development Network. So applications were open for that. Again, expecting big things for that next year. 16th, we had rewards rebalancing, KYC updates, minting cooldowns, property sniping information. There's a whole bunch of stuff associated with that. And then we had the Q3 roadmap, of course. And on the 27th, community governance voting begins. Remember voting at VoteFace?
Yes, it should have won.
Yes, I just put that there because I figured that would trigger people's memories. And then at the end of the month, end of September on the 29th, we had the Dallas and Arlington city releases, which kind of was our first ever. Well, no, wasn't it Rutherford and somewhere else? That was our first dual city releases,
Kansas.
wasn't it?
Kansas City.
Yeah, that's right. But that was such a shit fight that do we even remember that one? So no, Dallas and Arlington went pretty smoothly as far as I remember.
Do you know, I still don't own anything in Dallas.
Don't you? Well, there's still plenty to mint there.
I got a train station.
Oh, congrats.
And then October, we had dynamic competitive treasure hunts kick in. And on the 12th, we had the Upland and Gala Games partnership announced now. Uplando did mention that he's expecting big things for that in 2023 as well. Yeah, there's more on that later when we talk about the roadmap, but yeah, expecting huge things for that. And on the 12th of October, outdoor decor showrooms were open. Well,
Woo, sort of.
not really, because nobody had any inventory manufactured.
It's a beta.
Yeah. So it was just one of those things where, yay, we're open. And yeah, but we're not, we've got nothing ready. There's like 2 items on the shelves. So, and then straight up car showrooms and details were announced and people went crazy FOMOing into building showrooms all over the place.
Yeah.
On the 13th, we had the Halloween block explorers and structural ornament sales begin. Who can forget the giant blobs of baby flesh on top of the roofs? What a fiasco that was, but I don't mind. It just meant I doubled up on all my ornaments, and now I got way more ornaments to decorate. Or
I love the baby flesh. I felt like, Upland gets me.
Oh my God, it's so bad. Please, Upland, please. Next year, you know that Halloween's coming up. You know that Christmas is coming up. Let's get stuff organized well in advance. Let's get some extra user-generated content out there. Put it out to the community. Let the
I thought it was exceptionally dark and amazing. And a lot of people try to put on a fake face and say, oh, I'm so like hoity-toity. I was just so impressed with that big glob of flesh on top of my.
It was just so badly done. I mean, it was impressively bad. I'll leave it at that.
It was impressively bad. I can live with that.
But we did have on the 20th, we had the Jackie Tsai skull sale announced, and they were really cool. So
yeah.
Yep. And then on the 21st, of course, we had the Haunted Neighborhood Challenge begin. Portage Park took that one out, but then wasn't that another fizzler where it all crashed in widescreen because it couldn't load or something? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Maybe it's the year before I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had a decent parade because it's just with all the decor.
I just want to make I just want to say everybody that says nothing, like they haven't been coming out with anything, like this is just testament that they have been extremely busy. And I kind of feel like everything that's come out had to come out before we got the property, what's the word, the fancy word? Utility.
Yeah, I mean, and these are only just bullet points that I picked out. Like if you do scroll through, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that was kicked in between these bullet points. So these are just kind of the major touch points. So November.
This is a great spreadsheet you put out, like a great PDF.
Took me freaking ages yesterday. But yeah, November 3rd, multiplayer racing was announced. The Metaverse economy fireside chat with Upland's Dirk and Idam was held. The UIP1 community town hall was held. That was, I mean, they did well. I will give props to, they did well because it was basically a FUD fest, and they did well with it. Yes, and then of course on the 8th we had the FIFA World Cup, and Upland deal was announced, and we all lost our minds over that, over the possibilities of that. On the 15th, Rio expanded for a third time. 22nd World Cup began, and on the 22nd, the World Cup began. On the 23rd, applications for outdoor decor showrooms opened. Now, people automatically assumed that was for outdoor decor manufacturing. So there was a lot of kerfuffle there where people just they read the headline and just went crazy. That's for showrooms. So you can sell as a third-party merchant for yourself, basically. Outdoor decor manufacturing is not open beyond the wider beta at this stage, although I expect we'll get news of that probably sooner rather than later in the year. At the moment, we've got 9 items that are still in the process of being approved. So they've got a whole backlog of stuff to get done. So they definitely need to put a lot more effort into streamlining that whole submission approval. Okay, you can begin manufacturing process. So yeah, there's a whole lot of work to be done there.
Yeah.
And then of course, moving on to December, on the 2nd, we had the spotlight mementos for FIFA World Cup stuff announced. That was cool. That was, that was everybody kind of took not everybody, but a whole bunch of people went a bit harder into the legits for the FIFA World Cup, chasing those. I managed to get 1 so far. I'm pretty happy with that. I'll just hang on to that, see where it goes. And on the 8th, the racetrack design challenge returns. That was cool. That was cool to see that as well. Lots of more racetrack designs, but like Dak said, it's 2023. We want to see user-generated racetracks. That's going to be the big key there. Hopefully that will come through. And on the 13th, as we mentioned with user-generated content, the Carnival Structure Ornament Contest details were released, and that is ongoing. I don't remember when the submission deadline for that is, but I do know there's a whole bunch of people working hard at present, including the one and only. Oh,
bless you.
Who died?
I sneezed the same way, Dak. Don't worry.
Scared the shit out of me.
You're slowly when I sneezed. That was awesome.
Yes,
that was the highlight of my meeting.
21st, we had in-game chat released. Yes, in-game chat. Well, I think we covered that last week, didn't we? That's a bit of a wah, but it's kind of good to see them finally get that out. 21st, we had the UNICEF Brazil partnership, and the winter gnomes and winter ornaments were done. And yeah, people are going crazy for the gnomes. I went a bit crazy for the ornaments to deck out.
Well, I think the in-game chat was a plus.
Oh, it's definitely a tick on the roadmap, but it's
not something I was excited about personally, but other people were, so I'm glad they got that out of the way.
Let's just say there's a lot to be improved on for the in-game chat in 2023, hopefully, particularly dark mode, please. Yeah, 22nd, we had the Argentina Football Association partnership announced, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out next year. And of course, last but not least, on December 22nd, we had the Candy Cane Lane Challenge announced, and we've already been over that. Voting for that should start soon.
Yeah.
So that's 2022 in a nutshell. I had a look at the 2023. Well, I had a look at the roadmap basically, and I picked out all of the stuff that was marked for Q1 2023 that I think is the most important. This is a lot of stuff to mark down as Q1. So first up, we've got property management tools, which we've been asking about for 3 years. Immersive experiences. So this is, you can go into your property and you can do things, which we had way back in, I think it was October 2020 for Halloween. We had immersive experiences. So hopefully that'll probably be as part of the Gala Games thing, like the Vox stuff that Uplando was talking about as well. I would imagine that's related.
That's exciting.
UNFT bundle swaps. So exchanging more than one NFT for other things. That will be interesting to see if that pans out. Onboarding overhaul. Yeah, the onboarding, that needs some massive overhaul. We talked about this with Mesme on the Wine and Cheese show last week. like imagine being a new player coming in these days, the amount of assumed knowledge that's been built up there over 3 years, that would be pretty hard to get your head around. 3D avatars, again, tied up with that Voxel Gala Games partnership. Neighborhood ratings is a big one. It'd be very interesting to see how they're going to, roll out with that. And we'll just wait for the details for that and roll with the punches on that one. Structure ornament shops. This is something that's sorely lacking at the moment in the economy, is a way to easily buy, sell, trade your structure ornaments. So that'll be good to see. The Ethereum bridge with the NFT portal for ERC 721s. That's going to be very, very interesting. That could open up a world of possibilities, but also a world of drama. So sometimes it pays not to be first. I'll just say that. Like if you're one of these people who are going to experiment with these things, but yeah, that's going to be huge. Cars as transportation. So this goes back to what I was saying about me front loading that announcement and moving what I can, airdropping it around while I can. So if you're somebody that's bought a whole bunch of ornaments or something, yeah, maybe think about where you want to see those for the foreseeable future, because at the moment you can airdrop them to any city all over the world for free, but soon enough, that's not going to be the case. And that goes as well with passengers and cargo with the motor vehicles. So my God, somebody please say something, because I need to take a breath. Cheese is squirreled.
No, all right. So going over the chat group,
I missed all that. Sorry.
Shelter says that he's thanking you. This is very informative. That he would like this to be on the Uplando show to kind of give more people a positive outlook on Upland and whatnot.
Yep.
Shacklin says she spent the last 2 days helping a new player travel to a new city, buy the first property, and teach them how to treasure hunt. It's impossible for a new player. And I just said, when I first started, I watched a few videos before I even decided where to start, because that, to me, I saw at the time it was Brooklyn, New York, San Francisco, and Fresno. And I watched 2 videos and they said Fresno, right? And at the time that was a good place to start. Nowadays you'd have to watch anywhere from 10 to 20 videos to get a good idea of what you need to do. And like even that, like it should be updated every month, to be quite honest, because this game is changing and evolving so fast that it's dizzying to like kind of get a grasp on it.
Absolutely. Yeah. In 2 weeks, I celebrate my third year anniversary in Upland. And I was overwhelmed when I onboarded, and it was only San Francisco. So
where do I start? Here.
Yeah. So for this week's show, we were going to dive into, predictions for 2023 and look at our goals. We've run way too long this week. I got to get to in real life work. So there you go, Cheese. You've got an extension on your homework. So in next week's show, we'll dive into what our goals are for 2023. We'll dive into all of that. That'll be the main feature of next week's show. So put your thinking caps on. I think I'm a very goal orientated person. So my goals have changed a lot this year, but I'll hold off on talking about those till next week. So if you're going to be in next week's show, put your thinking cap on. What are your goals for 2023? Or even talk, what were your goals in 2022? Did you manage to tick those off? Which ones didn't achieve? This, that, and the other thing. So in next week's show, we'll do goals, and we'll do, Bitcoin price predictions, Manhattan floor price predictions. We'll set that up for next week because we just run far too long in this week's show. Sound fair?
Yeah. Are we going to do the wheel?
Yes. Now I don't believe we have Jazzy Jazz in, so we'll have to do that as well. But I got to set up the weekly challenge first. So where are we at? Let me check my notes. So the competition and prize details for last week's challenge was to get yourself in the YouTube comments or the contest channel in the MBE and let us know what was on your Upland Christmas wish list. And 1,000 UPX for every entry, up to a maximum of 25,000 UPX. we had a few people get involved this week. There was 12 entries into that one, I believe. And I think I have the wheel. No, Zoom's in the road. Here we go. Oh, I will say too, that's PDF I've put together with the 2022 in review. I'll drop that in the MBE and the UDU, and feel free to share that around wherever you want.
Now, can I ask, what is this for again? What did they have to do?
They had to let us know what their Upland Christmas wish was. So that's what this was. So 12,000.
And are you sure Zoe didn't go in on this? Because
Yes.
sometimes you forget her.
No, I double checked it. I double checked my list. She's on the naughty list, I believe. Yes.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's see who's going to get 12K. Ah, Dick's 10. There you go. A new wish member.
Yay.
Congratulations, Dick's 10. 12,000 UpX on the way for you for a few seconds of your time. So that was last week's. What's happening this week? I don't remember. Let me check. So this week's challenge, again, in the YouTube comments or the contest channel. Oh, look at this. Maybe I front loaded this myself. In the MBE server as well, let us know what your personal goals are for 2023. Look at that. I must have predicted that we were going to run long. So yes, in the YouTube comments or the contest channel in the MBE server, let us know. It doesn't have to be an extensive list, maybe one of two of your, what are your personal Upland goals for 2023? Again, 1,000 UpX for every entry up to a maximum of 25,000 UpX. Now, at the start of the show, I said we will be running the 1 million UpX wheels, but there was a caveat. The caveat is that I've blown half the budget on outdoor decor, outdoor structure ornaments. So yes, I think I've got 700K in my bank. So if this does go off today, it'll be 700K plus I owe you 300. So I'll get that to you within the week. So let's see how we go. I don't know. Am I still on share screen wheelage?
Yeah, it says
Yes.
ask for code phrase.
Yes, ask for a code phrase, ask for a code phrase. All right, Cheese, can you dictate who we got in? So we've got Cheese.
Sure. Let's see. 14 participants. We have Arthur, DTech,
D-Tech, yep.
Chuck.
Chuck, did you say?
Yeah. Wait. Is Arthur and DTech the same person?
He's double dipped in Cheese. He's double dipping.
Are you double dipping?
Yes. He might be on mobile and computer.
Oh, all right. Dak.
Dak. Unless you're Arthur. If you're Arthur and you're not D-Tech,
Yeah, let us
speak
know.
now.
Finsky.
Finn. Is he awake? That's the question. My God, will he ever live it down?
Oh my God.
Finn,
yeah.
man. He is alive.
No double dipping shelter. Let me see. Oh wait, iPhone is kinda, right?
Kinda. Yep.
All right. JR Wheels,
Yeah, yep.
Laban,
If I'm spelling these wrong, apologies.
LABAN, Maui, MAUIE,
M-A-U-I-E. Yep.
Rob, drop it like it's hot.
Robbo. Yep.
Shaq
Shaki.
and Shelter.
And
Give me
Shelt.
shelter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Minus the
12, yeah.
double dipping.
Minus
Yes,
the
ask,
double dipper.
ask for a code phrase.
D-tag.
Ask for a code phrase. All right, let's see who's going to play. Oh, he gets another shot at it.
Does he?
Are you there, Dak?
Oh, Dak. Dak attack. I see he's
I am.
Yay!
I was double muted to make sure I didn't sneeze on y'all.
What is the code word or phrase? Do you remember?
The book is called Opportunity, and the first chapter is New Year's Day by Edith something.
Oh, nailed it. Look at that. My goodness.
Oh, now it's my
Absolutely
turn, huh?
Nailed it.
All right,
I'm
let's see.
impressed.
I pay attention.
You do. All right. I don't need to ask you if you know how to play. You're well aware. Let's go, Cheesy. Like I said,
All right, Dak,
if it
you
does,
have to tell me when.
yeah.
When?
Straight into it. So 5 chances at 25K on this wheel. Oh, what's he got this time? 1,000 UPX.
This wheel screams every time it gets to the end.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's
oh
a
my
shame people
God.
can't hear it. Bank or spin again? What are we doing, Dak?
Spin it.
Spin
Yes.
again. All right. On to wheel 2, 3 chances at 50K.
So Ben, would you do an MTU prop for the missing funds if I get that million?
Oh,
I would, but I'd have to spend 500K to buy it. So yes. So yes, but no. I'll trade one of more cheeses. She'll donate hers to cover the difference.
Sounds good.
All right, when you're ready.
When?
3 chances at 50K. What's he got? It's ticking around. Oh, he's just missed it. So he's gone from 1,000 to 500. It's a formality, but let us know.
Oh, I'm going for the 250.
yeah. It took me
I was
a
a
while
bit
to
slow,
register
me too.
that.
Like, what? Oh, yeah.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Good call. When you're ready,
Go,
Dave.
let's go.
It might go off. The chances there. Let's see.
When?
1 million on the line. It's coming around. You never know. It's coming.
Oh,
It's
but
coming.
you got your
And
wish.
he got it.
You
You've
got
got
your
your
wish.
wish.
I'm good that way.
250 UPX on the
I know how to
way.
play the odds.
Ben is
Awesome.
like, yes.
Yes and no. That means that the budget is there for me to FOMO into car sales. So we'll see how we go. All right, we just got to plow through this one because, like I said, we are running long, and unfortunately I do need to go to work. So yeah, don't.
Can we do another spin? Do you have that wheel of names, or did you take it away?
No, we can do that quickly.
All right, I'm gonna give Dak. I'm gonna send Dak a wine and cheese Christmas thing, and we could spin the names again and take Dak out. Of course, we can't get 2, and
Yep.
the winner will get the exclusive wine and cheese that didn't even go on sale.
I should have took you out
25.
as well.
Well, if it goes
Oh,
on me,
Shacky or Shelter's got it. I think it might be Shaq. Shack Attack. Congratulations.
Shack Attack. Nice.
All right. That's cool. Thank you for doing that. Bit of a bonus. Let me stop share. And so, yeah, don't forget, if you want to go into the running for next week's weekly challenge, get yourself into the YouTube comments or the contest channel in the MBE server and let us know at least one of your personal goals for 2023. And like I said, next week's show, that's what we'll dive into, that personal goals and etc. Oh, also, so now with Uplando moving on, we now have 3 co-host spots available. One for...
No, that's mine.
Are you
I'm
going to
the
take that
Upland.
over all yourself?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, 2 then. We've got 2 co-host spots available. One would be for Block Explorers, one for Legits. I did have somebody reach out. Yeah, if you want to get involved, awesome. If that's something you'd potentially like to pursue, please send me a DM. I'm also exploring a paid opportunity for a competent or keen and willing to learn video editor, ideally within the Upland economy, but that's open to negotiation. Again, send me a DM if you or someone you know might be interested in some video editing work. A reminder that to go in the running for the 1 million UPX wheels, just like Dak did, you should be in the Zoom at the start of the show for the snapshot. If Jazzy Jazz is around, you need to be paying attention in the middle of the show to catch a code word or phrase, and you need to be here at the end, of course, when the wheels start rolling. If you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service, or event to promote, opportunities are always available for sponsorship and engagement in the UDU Podcast and the Wine and Cheese Show. Contact myself or More Cheese to discuss and secure your spots. All proceeds go towards prizes and giveaways. Like and subscribe, rate and review, spruik and spam. On that note,
Take away cheese.
wrap us up, cheese.
Happy New Year. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Growing, waiting,
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.